Shout out Sniper T on the beat.
Tamara to the break of dawn is on the rise, with life on the forefront of the mind. So line for line, you can ride this brain train and you can change your station without even touching the dial. So relax, stay a little bit, but listen for a while. And whether you're bumping this in the whip or in a business fit, it's a meeting you won't want to miss. A meeting for a meal to feed the soul with words for the mind. So sit back, enjoy the ride. Time to take off, it's time to fly. Cause Tamara till the break of dawn is on the rise.
Hey, welcome to the show, y'all. Yes. To all my new listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. To all my day 1 to 99, 155, 260, whatever week y'all came in and y'all just continue to listen, I appreciate y'all. Man, it has been such a just really interesting week, interesting season, and it's kind of like really interesting that ultimately it's almost like I have two shows right now. If you have not checked out the emotional recovery series that I just started, we've done 2 episodes. Shout out to Eric. He is the guest co-host, but the show really wouldn't even be possible without him. The series, I keep going back in like show, series, whatever. It stemmed from a conversation that we had, and man, it's just been so good the way he's just jumped in and whatever. And so it's just been really interesting with this show because I am wanting to like do some just different stuff. And part of it could be that I have video again. I don't know, but I kind of want to do something different today. So we're going to see how this works out. I am going to call a bunch of different people and I'm not going to tell anybody why I'm calling them. So we'll see if they answer, but I'm just going to ask them like back in the day when they were young, cause they're not kids anymore. Just like what was a favorite childhood memory? Part of that is, you know, in a conversation I had, and it's on the emotional recovery, emotional fear episode, we talked a little bit about my dad, and then that just triggered just different emotions, you know, and it just really has me super reflective right now. And I don't know, I think it'll just be fun to include people in the show in a different way. So let's go ahead. Who am I going to call first? I think I'm going to call Janae. She better answer. That's the thing that's going to be funny is nobody knows that I'm doing this.
Hello?
Hey, girl. Hey, you are on the line with the Tamara Till the Break of Dawn podcast. Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, I am doing a series. It's not even a series. I'm just doing a quick little episode that I thought it would be really fun if you could be a part of. So back in the day when you were young, you're not a kid anymore, even though you're only 21, so you ain't that grown. Okay. But what is your favorite memory from being a kid?
Probably when we went to Georgia and we took that 17-hour drive down there.
That's crazy. That was what was your favorite part about that? Because you was in the car, but I was the only one actually doing the driving, and I literally just talked to Kim about that the other day, and I was like, yeah, never again. So what was so great about that?
Honestly, the memories, you watching your little Pretty Little Liars, you speeding. Pretty sure we got pulled over.
Okay,
too.
That's crazy. Me speeding. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's great. What are you doing right now?
We're at dinner with Jaden's family right now.
Oh, tell everybody I said hi. All right.
Hello.
Well, thank you so much for answering because I was like, what if she don't answer? But you usually do. I got to catch you up on some tea. We're not going to get into what the tea is about because we're on the air, but I will catch you up later.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that was fun. All right, let's see who I'm going to call next. Let me call my son. Let's see if he will answer because he may be working, but that is okay. All right.
Hello?
Hey. You are on the line with the Tamara Taylor Break It Down podcast. What's up? And I'm so serious. You're a part of an episode I'm recording right now. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Okay.
If y'all want to hear this worked out.
Yeah, well, yeah, I said I'm going to call my son. So, yes, this is my oldest son, my only son, but my oldest child, Devon. So, the question that I'm asking everybody is, back in the day when you were young, you're not a kid anymore, but sometimes we sit and wish that we were a kid again. What was your favorite memory? One of them from childhood.
When I didn't have to pay no phone bill, when I didn't have to buy nothing, when I didn't have to be an adult. Like, I used to wish I was an adult so much when I was a kid. But now it's just like, I don't like this no more. I really feel some type of way. Like, I don't like the fact that I got to go to work just to get my money back to people. And then I got to go to work just to get it back, just to keep giving it away. Like, this is not no charity. I need y'all to figure it out. And I know it might sound like I'm just joking. No, I'm being so serious. Like, Mom, you listen. And I don't blame you, but you did tell me when I get older, I was going to have to deal with responsibilities I didn't want to. But gosh, darn it, I don't like this at all. Like, I was telling my girlfriend this the other day, I wish I was back in high school when I was playing sports. Because I would have did something totally different.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I do remember telling y'all don't be in such a rush to want to grow up. And the thing about it is you can't go back. So I feel you. I mean, I've been an adult for a long time and, I can't say that I would do anything differently because, the lessons that you learn and the things that you go through help get you to where you are now. But I do miss the days of not having as much responsibility as I have and everything being, I'm the one that has to figure this out or I have to decide this. Like I'm grown, but I be feeling like I need somebody else more grown than me to if they could make some of these decisions for me, that would be great. But yeah, I feel you. What are you doing today? Did you work?
Yeah, I'm actually, my client, I'm actually at work right now, but my client, he's really so I'm just really on TikTok, scrolling through Facebook. That's it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go. But yeah, that is all I wanted. Thank you for being a part of this. Thanks for answering the phone, even though y'all usually do. I called Janae. Kayleana's at work, so I'm going to try to call her, but we'll see how that goes because sometimes she don't be answering her phone anyway. So yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, you call, but like when you be calling out the blue, I'm like, I hope it's no family emergency.
Oh, yeah, dang. Nah. Nothing. Everything is all good. Everything is all good in the hood. But all right, I will talk
I was gonna say, black people die every day. It ain't that good.
I mean, oh my goodness. All right, bye, Devon.
Bye.
All right. This is really interesting because I'm going to try to call Kayleana, and then if she don't answer, I'm going to move on from my children we'll figure out who else I'm going to call. All right. Now let's see if she actually answers.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, what's good? You are on the line with the Tamara Till the Break of Dawn podcast. What are you doing right now?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm at work.
I know. I literally just said, let's see if she'll answer because I called your brother and sister real quick. But super quick, back in the day when you were young, you're not a kid anymore, but sometimes we sit and wish we are a kid again. What is your favorite memory from childhood?
Actually, I've been thinking about this. I just in general, I miss going places with you and Janae. Like anywhere you went, you would take us.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, not having responsibility.
Mm.
Just me, you, Janae against the world.
That's cute.
And occasionally Devon.
Yeah, and now it's you and Zaire against your own world.
No.
I mean, it is. Like, what you mean, no?
It is, but y'all should have told me what being an adult actually meant.
Man, that's crazy that you and Devon said some similar things, but the reality is that I did tell y'all, don't be in a rush so much to grow up. But no, didn't nobody want to listen to me. I didn't know what I was talking about. You feel me? So, yeah. But, it's okay. You just try to have fun as you can. Yep, you definitely live and learn. Try to have fun as you can. And just keep moving forward because you cannot go back once you step into adulthood or even parenthood and different stuff like that. But the thing about it is, I became a mom younger than you did. And I will say that, you guys make me a better woman because I've had to grow in different ways that I know I wouldn't have grown in if I didn't have y'all. Like I used to be very selfish and self-centered as you are going to be when you don't have kids. Like that's okay. Right. It was all about me and then until it wasn't. And so, but I will say for you though, at least you did get a couple of years of adulthood, to be able to do you know what I mean? So, Yep. Well, I will let you go. I will see you when you get home. I do have some tea for you as always. And we ain't going to talk about what type of tea because we are really on the air. This is really going to be a part of my next episode. Yeah, I know. So I will see you when you get home.
All right, bye.
Bye. Okay, let's see who we gonna call next. Let's see if she'll answer. And this is so funny because I am not warning anybody of anything. So if they don't answer, we're gonna call somebody else. But so far...
Hello.
Hey, you are on the line on the Tamara Till the Break of Dawn podcast. Y'all, this is Autumn. Shout out. What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
I know. I was like, I didn't even warn her that I was calling her. So we gonna see. So far, I'm 4 for 4. I called my kids first for this thing. So what are you doing right now?
Catching up on draft coverage because I was out.
Oh, what's crazy is one of the young men who it was the 96 pick he went to the Falcons. I went to high school with his dad. So and he lives here in Omaha. So I've seen that all over my Facebook timeline because everybody that's either related to him or just went to school with his dad is like sharing it. So it's actually
Xavier Watt.
Yep. I don't normally pay attention to that type of stuff, but I kind of a little bit did this year just because of that. So Yeah.
Congrats to him. It's always an exciting time with the draft.
I mean, it has to be if, I know these young men have worked so hard throughout, high school, probably even before that, college and whatnot. And so to get what you wanted, is just, yeah, that's dope. Just to see the fruit of all of your hard work, discipline, because you have to live a little different when you're trying to, achieve stuff like that. Speaking of, I don't even know if this is a segue, but here we go. So back in the day when you were young, you're not a kid anymore, but listen, sometimes we sit and wish we are a kid again. So the question that I am asking everybody today is, what was your favorite memory from childhood?
My favorite memory from childhood. Oh, probably one of my favorite memories was, and I think I was just talking about this the other day, doing my Easter speech.
Where did you do? Yeah, go ahead.
So even though it was a little nerve-wracking at the time, thinking back on it, it was just a special thing. And it's like one of those, Black folks jokes that we have about like Easter speeches and stuff. But my grandmother, I went to a Baptist church, and my grandmother was one of the mothers of the church. And so one of the things that I actually loved, of course, was she would take me to like the Lion store. It's, what is it now? Dillard, I think it is what they call it now.
Okay.
But she would take me to it, or JC Penney, one or the other. And she would get me a real pretty dress with the pretty socks and some shoes, white patent leather shoes. And she would give me a London fall coat.
Okay.
And either she would do my hair, because my grandmother was a cosmetologist by trade, even though she didn't do that in retiring, but that's what she did at some point in time in her life. But either her or the other lady down the street would press and curl my hair and get me ready for it. And I would just have to practice it or whatever. And just going up there and having my grandmother, like, just, she was just so proud. She was always so proud with like me and my sister and my cousins would do stuff at the church in the first place. So I think that's like one of my most favorite memories, like, because it was fun. And then just after church and having, the dinner after church and playing with all the other kids at the church. That's one of my favorite memories for
sure. That's dope. Yeah, that's dope. Having what was that like having a cosmetologist for a grandma? Like, were you all...
Okay, so my grandmother, she retired from GM. So she worked in a factory the majority, of her life or whatever. But she was a cosmetologist at some point, and I never really saw her do a whole lot of other people's hair, but she would do ours. But then my sister became a cosmetologist as well. So my sister went to cosmetology. She was able to do the cosmetology program in high school.
Okay.
So then she started doing my hair, but she didn't, she would hit the ear, you know what I'm saying? And then be like,
and if you know what that means, y'all. If
you're right.
Know,
like,
know.
It's just the grease. It's just the grease. Well, okay, either way it go, all of it is burning my ear. Like, knock it off. So, so that wasn't her, like, her way of living, but it's just something that I guess it was at one point in time in her life, but me growing up, all I ever really remember of her was working in the GM factory, to be honest.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for answering the phone, first of all, because normally I'll tell y'all, I'm about to do this, but I just feel like the surprise element of it all of, oh, wow, Tamara's calling me. I wonder what she wants, is a good, factor in this. Also, let's see who actually answers the phone when I call, because I was surprised, especially Kayliana, because I knew was at work, but she still answered. And so, yeah. So thank you so much. Obviously, I'm going to talk to you in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So, yeah, I will let you go.
All right. Thanks for thinking of me.
Yep.
Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Let's see. Let's see if he answers the phone. I'm going to call Baylor. Usually, when I call, he might answer and he might not.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available.
I'm gonna leave
At
him
the
a
tone,
voicemail.
please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Ayo, Baylor. Yeah, so this is Tamra from the Tamra Till the Break of Dawn podcast. I called because I had a question for you. And, you know, I didn't warn you or any of that, so I'm really not tripping about you not answering. But I hope you are having an amazing Saturday there on the west side of the map. And I will talk to you soon. Bye. Hey. So I know if you're watching, this looks completely different than the video you were just watching. Don't worry, it's just a brief intermission. So check this out. Y'all know how I had called Baylor and he didn't answer and I left him a message. Well, a little bit ago, he called me back and I decided to go ahead and have him send me an audio message and then I would add it into the show and then we'll get back to what was originally recorded. So I have not listened to it yet because I figured it would be good for the surprise element because it's not like I knew what them other folks was going to say. So let's go ahead and get into it. Shout out to Baylor, y'all.
I think peak fun for me when it comes to my childhood started, I would say it was between middle school and high school. And the reason why I say that, I mean, we talking about early 90s to late 90s, you know. Of course, I tip my hat to the 80s for everything. Movies, music, the vibes, the mood, you know, besides the crack era. But childhood, you know, my childhood back then was dope. But when I think of middle school, when I think of high school, I'm just a different ball game, especially growing up in LA. And I had some fun times ripping and running the streets. I had the luxury of running these LA streets, especially when I was off track. Niggas was everywhere, catching the bus to the mall, cartoons, you know, coming home, doing your homework and watching, you know, Tiny Toons, you know, Snick at Night. It was a thing, all that. You know what I'm saying? Remember Double Dare. Going outside, playing sideline pop, riding bikes. You know what I'm saying? Like we was dedicated to having fun back then. You know, that was the, you know, middle school, high school, that's when you're meeting your friends. You know, some of us had the luxury of having friends since elementary. Middle school, high school, you know, you get a different set of friends when you go to college. Everything is just different. But I just remember just waking up on a Saturday morning is peak childhood fun. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? We talking about cartoons. We talking about big ass unnecessary bowl of cereal. You know what I mean? It was just so much. It was just natural. It wasn't too much comparing. Like, don't get me wrong. You know, stuff that's happening in today's time was happening back then, but not as much. You know, this world is built off a lot of insecurity, a lot of brainwashing type stuff, and we was a part of that. You know, we was also ignorant. We was ignorant, and we was out there having fun though. You know, ripping and running the streets, hide and go seek, freeze tag, running man. Running man was like a hybrid between freeze tag and hide and go seek. Hide and go get it. For what it's worth. House parties. I have been going to house parties since I was in middle school. fun, man. And it's just, sometimes I wish I can go back. I do. Sometimes I wish I could just go back and just wake up on a Saturday morning, pour me a bowl of cereal, Fruit Loops, Tricks, Kicks, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Frosted Flakes, Smacks, malto meal, cream of wheat, oatmeal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was love back then, man. It was a lot of love back then. Ripping and running the streets. Cartoons, RoboCop, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Michael Jackson, Prince. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man. Sometimes you just want to go back. I understand where the folks come from, where it's like, yo, I just want to go back to the time where I didn't have to worry about paying bills. Mm-hmm. We got smacked with hard reality. And I think it started like as soon as we graduated from high school, like life happened. Going off to college. Whether the college years was a thing, whether you went to college or not. That first, 3 to 5 years after high school, that's prime college years. You opened up to a whole new world. Some had the luxury of actually going to college out of state. Very few out of the country. But niggas started, that was like the birth of traveling a lot, and it was just different. But middle school, high school, bro, that's where your core friendships is unlocked. That's when you start to gain and garner a lot of the feelings, It's a lot of stuff going on. Your hormones is switching up and changing up. You start to look at girls a little different. That one girl, a couple of girls that come back on track after summer break, and they start to develop a little bit faster. You start feeling something in your chest and in your stomach. That's called butterflies. You got a crush on somebody. Yeah. Relationships started back then. That's when stuff was fun. Hey, kids was assholes back in the day. Very judgmental. Jokes. Harsh jokes. I mean, bro, that's life. In some cases, man, like middle school, high school, all that stuff prepared us for the real world. And at least at my school it did. That's why I'm probably partially the asshole I am today. Shout out to the Montown, Fremont, 7676 South San Pedro, Los Angeles, California. So I hope that answered the question, man. I want to go back to when I don't have bills and a mortgage, car notes, insurance, all kind of garnishments from shit that you signed up for back in the day. You know what I mean? Hey, man, if I could go back, honestly, if I could go back in time right now, I'd probably go back to like 87 or 88, you know what I'm saying, before we hit the 90s. Let me get some of this knowledge going back. And so I could just change stuff up. But that'd be unfair. Cheat code. It was fun though, man. It was fun. But if I had to go back, it's definitely between middle school and high school. Middle school and high school, baby, was definitely blockbuster.
Shout out to Baylor, because, he did not have to send in the audio message. So that's what I have from him. And I'll let y'all get back to the rest of the episode. All right. Let's see. Let me think. I'm trying to think who I want to call next. Okay, I'm going to call her. Call one of my coworkers. But it's really also my friend. And this is about to be interesting. She'll probably answer, but...
Hi, you've reached Carolyn. I can't get my phone right now, so if you leave your phone number and a brief message, I will get back to you as soon as I can.
I'm going to leave her a message too.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey girl, hey, this is Tamara from Tamara to the Break of Dawn podcast. I called because I had a question for you that I was going to include in the show. So I will obviously see you tomorrow at work and I will talk to you soon. Bye. I should call my mom. That's who I should call. Yeah, I'm gonna call my mom. This is about to be. I've never had my mom on the show before. All right, I'm gonna call my mom. She gonna have to think way. No, let me not be childish. She gonna have to think back to childhood.
Hello.
Hey. Hi, Mom. You are on the line on the Tamara Till the Break of Dawn podcast. How are you and what are you doing right now?
Relaxing, watching TV.
Okay, cool. So I got a quick question for you and then I will let you get back on with your relaxation. And yes, you are really on the show. You are going to be in the next episode. So back in the day when you were young, I know you got to think a little ways back, but you're not a kid anymore. But, you know, sometimes we sit and wish that we were a kid again. So the question that I am asking everybody is, what is your favorite memory from childhood?
Childhood?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, probably hanging out with my friends.
What were some of the things you remember doing with your friends?
Well, we were outside. We weren't on those cell phones and all that old mess.
Did they even have cell phones back then? No.
Well, okay, no.
All right, so what was some of the stuff y'all did?
We were always out in the street. Let's see. So we used to play, there's a lot of little different games we used to play.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, tag, and let me see, Scully, hopscotch, double dutch. Y'all don't do any of that stuff. And let's see, what else? Walking around, riding our bikes. Yeah, that was a big thing, riding our bikes.
Okay.
Very big thing. I used to be all over the Bronx.
Yeah.
I'm in New York. I'm an ex-New Yorker, by the way.
Yes, y'all needed that information apparently. All right. Well, I will let you go. I'm just doing a little different type of show today where I'm just calling different people and having them answer that question and kind of going from there. So I will let you go.
Okay, bye.
Bye. All right, let me switch it up. Let me try a different one of my coworkers. Let's see if he'll answer the phone. This is funny because I'm not warning anybody about any of this. So he's probably going to think I'm calling something work related.
Hey.
David, you are on the line with the Tamara Till the Break of Dawn podcast. What are you doing right now? I'm so serious.
I'm getting ready to go over to my parents' house to watch a hockey game.
Oh, this is so great. It's a great segue to the question that I'm asking everyone. So, back in the day when you were young, you're not a kid anymore, but sometimes we do sit and wish we were a kid again. So the question that I'm asking everybody is, what is your favorite memory from childhood?
Favorite memory from childhood would probably be cul-de-sac hockey with my brothers and my neighbors.
In Canada?
No, here in town.
Oh yeah, because you grew up here.
I did grow up here.
When did you move?
But we lived in a cul-de-sac. I've lived in the States since 1999.
Oh, so basically all your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So cul-de-sac hockey. Yeah. Interesting. What inspired that?
I'm Canadian.
Oh my God.
And we needed to instill a little bit of Canadianness
in our neighbors' lives.
Oh, so this was
and
your
they moved
idea.
Away and
Okay.
I mean, it's me and my idea, my brother's idea, the collective whole of we Douglases.
Yes, I love it. Now, one of your this is a different question. The Mighty Ducks, right? Because I know you're really into that.
Big fan.
What would you say really inspired your love for that series?
I mean, it relates back to just being a kid and wanting to play hockey.
I like that because I did not know that you used to play cul-de-sac hockey. So the Mighty Ducks, it all makes sense. You will also appreciate, and then I will let you go, that I was talking to Kayliana last night, and she said something about she's gonna get Legos and start building Legos or whatever terminology you use for that.
We use for playing with Lego.
Yes.
Good. I'm so proud. I'm going to want to know what kind of set she's getting.
I will keep you updated on that because she's just really trying to find herself, right? And so so I thought you'd appreciate that. But I will let you go. Thank you for answering. And
you're so welcome.
I will see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Somebody just text me. I will not call them. Let's see who else. All right, I'm going to try another one of my coworkers. It's so funny because they probably think I'm calling for work. So we'll see. We'll see if this person answers.
Hello?
Oh, wow. Caleb, you are on the line with the Tamara Tilda Break It Down podcast. That's very serious. What are you doing right now?
I just sat down and was watching TV.
Okay. I have a quick question that I'm asking.
I am on your podcast right now. I can tell.
Yeah. So I have a quick question that I'm asking everyone that I'm calling. And then I will let you get back to the rest of your day. So, back in the day when you were young, you're not a kid anymore, but sometimes we sit and wish we were a kid again. So, the question that I'm asking everybody is, what is your favorite memory from childhood?
Great question.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for the reminder that I'm very far away from
oh my
years.
Gosh. I called my mom, so she's even further away than you.
I would say in general, like, you didn't have the responsibilities that you do as an adult. And so, like, just getting to go about your day, like, for me, it was going and playing basketball. And then really anything else. There wasn't like these, this long list of things that I had to get done or, like I have to go work or anything like that. Everything your parents provided. So you could just be a kid. So yeah, I think just that element of it, I definitely miss.
That's funny. You and Devon and Kayliana all had very similar answers in that regard of the lack of responsibility. So, yeah. What campus are you at tomorrow?
LCNO.
Okay. Well, have fun with that. Because I am not at LCNO. And I'm also not on photos, which is actually nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, especially after all that we've had going on. So, yeah, great. Well, thank you for answering because I have warned no one. So it's if they didn't answer, I was going to leave you a voicemail. Not like a crazy one, but just, yeah. So, alrighty. Well, I will see you soon somewhere. All right. Bye.
Talk to you later.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, let's see. This is actually kind of fun. I'm trying to think who to call next because I'm trying to like give y'all. There's so many different parts of my life that like I called some of my coworkers, I called my kids, I called my mom. Let's go through my text messages and see who have I recently texted that I should call. Who will actually answer the phone? Because there's also that. Some people. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to call her. I wonder if she's like working. See, that's the thing. I'm not warning anybody, and I'm just okay. I hope she answers. I'm calling Emma. I love her so much.
Hello.
Oh my gosh. Hi, Emma. You are on the Tamara Till the Break of Dawn podcast right now. How are you? What are you doing? Are you at work?
I am at work.
Oh my gosh. Okay, this will be super quick.
Am I live?
Am I live? We're not live, but kind of. Like this will be part of the episode, but it's not like I'm live streaming. But I'm so glad you answered. Okay. I was going to leave you a voicemail if you didn't. But okay, so I'll be quick since you're at work. Back in the day when you were young, we're not a kid anymore, but sometimes we sit and wish that we were a kid again. So the question that I'm asking everybody is, what is your favorite memory from childhood?
Let me think.
I love this because this is so unprompted and nobody knew I was calling them. This is so great.
I know. My favorite memory. Do people take this long to answer?
I mean,
or do people know? Or am I just having like a bad time right now?
I'm trying to think. I feel like most people have so far said not paying bills and not having responsibility. I feel like
see, I was going to say that, but then I'm like, wow, that's really generic.
Listen, your answer is your answer, though.
I know. I enjoyed being imaginative.
Ooh, tell me more.
Like playing like house and dressing up and like writing little stories down and just being creative. Because I just don't feel like I do that a lot. And that's not something I'm like super interested in now. But I do remember the like freeing feeling it brought. Being able to like create or pretend or, pretend to be a mom.
Wow. So you secretly have creative side to you that like we are not tapping into. This is very that's what I heard from this.
No.
I'm just kidding. No, that's awesome though, because I feel like when I was a kid, and I was literally just telling somebody yesterday, like having a creative outlet is super important to me. And I feel like I tapped into that more when I was a kid than as an adult. Like in some ways I do now because I get to be like creative at work and then I have my show. So like this episode today, I was really like, what do I want to do? I want to do something different than what I've been doing. And I've literally just been calling random people. Well, I know you all, but like there's no rhymer.
Just like,
And
oh my gosh, I love that.
It's so fun because so far almost everybody has answered. And then the ones that didn't, I left them a voicemail so that they would know why I called. And
that they wouldn't get concerned.
Right. Because it's not like I call people all the time. So it's kind of like, it's been really cool. I even had my mom on here. So that's her first time.
Really?
being on the show.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
So of course she had to think like way back. No, I'm just kidding.
She's like, oh man, let me dig back in the archive.
Right. But yeah, are you gonna be at church tomorrow?
No.
You work?
I'm here.
Boo.
I'm here. Yeah.
Boo. Guys, Emma's a nurse. Like she's doing such important work.
You might get some beeping in the background.
Yeah, I think I did actually hear that. That's hilarious.
So yeah, you can get a feel for why I'm so overstimulated all the time.
Okay. But
yeah.
I will let you go.
Okay.
I love you so much. I'm so glad you answered. And
yeah, me too.
Which workout are you going to on Monday? Or do you work then too?
No, I don't work Monday.
Okay.
I don't know. Which one are you going to?
Probably the 8, because at 9 that's too late because we have that 10 o'clock meeting. So yeah, the 8.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna sign up now.
Well, you guys switched it. You guys switched it to 8 and never did it.
I know. And what's funny is,
what are we doing?
I know it's funny because part of it was I would choose whatever because you know how Easter is, like you get it. And so I would choose work over working out in the morning. Then I would work out in the evening. That was like the first couple of weeks. Then when we were off, I'm like, I am not getting up to go to the gym at 8 o'clock in the morning. But now that we're back on our normal schedule, I have to.
And it's not like insane. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go to whatever you guys go to.
Okay, cool. I'm going to sign up now because, yeah, it is always like it's cool when they're, I know enough people at the gym when you guys aren't there, but it always is better when there's like my people there. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Wholeheartedly.
Alrighty, well, I love you so much, and I will see you soon.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, thanks for answering. All right, Bye.
All right, bye.
All right, I'm going to call this person who just texted me now that I've answered what she actually needed.
Hello?
Hi, you are on the line with the Tamara Till the Break of Dawn podcast. Chrissy, how are you today?
So good.
That is so good. Did you just leave the studio?
I am working on it. I'm still in the parking lot.
All right. Well, I will be really brief. Back in the day when we were young, we're not kids anymore, but sometimes we do sit and wish we were a kid again. So the question that I am asking everybody today is, what was your favorite memory from childhood?
Ooh. Honestly, I think cooking with family members. My grandma was known for, well, first of all, my family is originally from Idaho. So I didn't get to see them very often. Yeah.
Okay.
I get to see them too often. And so when they did come in town, it was like a big deal. So, but my grandma was known for making biscuits. And so she just had a particular way of making them. And so you would just smell that smell in the morning and you knew grandma was here. So that's probably my fondest memory of making that with her. And then also trying to learn how to play the harmonica with my grandpa. That didn't go as well.
That's an interesting, I didn't really realize people try to learn how to play that. I thought people just pick it up and make it up as they go. That's really interesting.
He was super, I think he might have won awards.
Wow.
For his harmonica playing. He was really good.
Okay, come on, harmonica winner. I know that's right. Yeah. That's funny. What was some of your favorite, I know you mentioned your grandma's biscuits, but what would you say were some of your favorite things to cook? And then and maybe even things that you might still cook now.
Yeah.
Y'all, hold on. Before you answer that, let me tell y'all about the turkey her dad made for Thanksgiving. So Chrissy is part of the creative team. We will have team hangs. We had a pot blessing. We got to call it pot blessing when it's church stuff because we don't believe in luck, just blessings. But yeah, we had that for Friendsgiving is actually what we had. And her dad cooked the turkeys and oh my gosh, they were so good. So I can only imagine the type of cooking that you grew up with as I just remembered that.
Yeah. My parents were both, that was like kind of part of their ministry is like cooking. So we've had lots of good meals, but the question was, what do I enjoy making or remember making? Right. Yeah. Okay. Gosh, there's quite a few things. I think Indian fry bread was a big deal. My mom grew up on a reservation, and so she has really good fry bread. So that was interesting to learn. I didn't learn how to do that until I was a teenager because it involved like oil. But we make some really good fry bread. That's probably one that I remember. But honestly, I don't cook as much because my parents enjoy it so much. And I was just like, I just want to enjoy what they do. So I don't, I stay out of the way.
Yeah, you got to make them feel appreciated for all of that. I feel it. I wish that I had that because I would be enjoying it too.
Yep.
That's awesome. All right. You're at LCNO tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm at Elkhorn South. So yeah, I will see you soon somewhere. Thank you so much for answering because I know this is very unprompted. It's been so fun because the people that didn't answer, I left them a voicemail to let them know I was calling. And normally I don't always do that. So yeah, I will let you go. Enjoy the rest of your day and I will see you soon.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. This is so fun. And I love, shout out to all of y'all that actually answered. I'm going to try to call my little brother and then I'll share my favorite childhood memory with y'all. And then I'll, get up out of here.
Hello.
Cedric, you are on the line with the Tamara Till the Break of Dawn podcast. How are you? What are you doing right now?
Right now? How's it going, Tim? But I am actually working right now. How you doing?
Oh, okay. I love how people are answering the phone even though they're working. I will be really, really brief. Okay, so back in the day when you were young, you're not a kid anymore, but you know what? Sometimes we sit and wish we were a kid again. So I am asking everybody the question, what is your favorite memory from childhood?
My favorite memory from childhood? How are we talking here? I got a couple different favorite memories.
I mean, share what you want. This has actually been interesting to hear everyone's answer because I don't know y'all's answers.
Probably when I was in elementary school when the twins used to live on the block. When I went to Belvedere and we lived over at on Laurel, and we used to just be out there playing basketball. And there used to be like a bunch of us out there. You remember that? Out there lined up on the grass, just playing basketball and stuff. I always liked that memory. That was actually always cool because we always had some good games. All my friends over there were real cool. I actually just seen one of the twins actually about 2 weeks ago or so.
Oh, okay.
Celebrating his cousin's birthday. But yeah, no, that's probably one of my favorite memories actually. At least on that block. I remember, just going out, having fun, just playing basketball, just doing whatever. We used to play baseball, just ride bikes, tag, whatever it was. We used to just play around.
Yeah, so fun fact, y'all, Cedric and I are 12 years apart. I am the oldest of our siblings, so growing up, I used to have to watch him and my sister She's 3 years younger than him. I used to have to watch them at times growing up. And, you know, one of my funny memories of Cedric from childhood, you know what, when you were speaking, I just thought about this, is I was 16, Cedric was 4. We went to the mall. Those of y'all in Omaha, this was back when the South Roads was popping. And I'm trying to be a nice big sister out here, take him to the video arcade. But, you know, at some point in life, you got to go home. Like, it wasn't my car. I had our mom's car. I think I had to like pick her up from work. And it's like time to go. And I'm like, all right, Cedric, come on, let's go home. And Cedric was not having it. And he really just started screaming in the arcade, acting a fool. And I didn't have no kids back then. I'm a young teenager. I promise y'all, I really wanted to just leave him in the mall. But the only reason I didn't is because I knew, what was I going to tell my mom, that I had left her child in the mall? And so that is, I bring that up often. That's why he just kind of started laughing, because he already knew where I was going to go. Because it's funny. And it's surprising that I had kids after having an experience like that. Because, man, he was not, and people were like looking at us. That was the thing. It's like, I have this vivid picture of this older white, not older, but like older than me, this grown white man that had blonde hair, just kind of looking and walking and probably like, what the heck is going on? Like, it was crazy. But that's right. Like, but yeah. All right. Well, I will let you go. Thank you so much for answering, because I've been calling people unprompted and I'm just like, we just gonna see what happens. And everybody but 2 people answered. So that's what's up.
Oh, yeah. All right, John. Yeah, I appreciate you calling me.
Yep.
And, I definitely love you. And
love you too. All right. I will see you soon. Bye. All right, y'all. This is fun. I gotta think of new ways to do stuff like this, because it's actually really fun to have a different way. And I just know so many different people. Like, I called family, I called coworkers, although, you know, technically Emma's not a coworker. She's my coworker's wife, but you know, whatever. I called people a part of that world. And I think I called Autumn, shout out to her. You know, Baylor, when you hear this, I did, you know what I'm saying? I did give you a little ring a ding, 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 but you know, people be busy. I'm not tripping. So let's get into man, it's so wild because I really just made this up as I went. Like, I just was sitting here and was like, dang, what do I really want to talk about? And I wanted to do something just fun. And I think I didn't think about my answer, but I guess as I really think about my favorite part of childhood, I would say it was like the freedom of not having all of the responsibility that I have, especially, you know, I became a mom at 19. So I don't even know what it's like to be an adult and not be responsible for other people. But I will say, like, you know, I think back to when I was like, I'll say like 10, 11, and you know, I didn't have a cell phone back then, and my mom, she worked. So I was, you know, what they call, I guess, a latchkey kid, where I had my key to make sure I could get in the house when I got home from school. And we would like have adventures. So like, I remember these like townhomes that we lived in. There was these tunnels. There was a 6-foot tunnel, and then there was the 3-foot tunnel. And so we would like go in the tunnels and explore. And I remember one time we went in the 3-foot tunnel, and somebody had found out that we went there. And so they started like yelling down the tunnel, and it made it where it was confusing where the sound was coming from. And so we're running back to the entrance because it sounded like it was coming from the other side of the tunnel, but it's a 3-foot tunnel. And so we're like ducking down and like bumping my head. I remember trying to get out of there. And then we come to find out it was one of our friends being childish. So I'm not going to say that's like my favorite childhood memory, but that's just something that really stands out. And it's something that's just like a picture of how my childhood was. Like when I was like a kid, I was always out there like going places I really probably had no business going, no type of cell phone, no type of anything. Just I've always been the type that wanted to like explore and just try different things. And I'd be out there, you know, with the boys, you know what I mean? I was a little tomboy when I was a kid. And then even I remember somebody mentioned riding their bike. I remember one time riding my bike. I had to be like, I don't know, 7, something like that. And I'm chasing after the ice cream man. Mind you, I didn't have no money for no ice cream. So I wasn't trying to get ice cream. We just were riding our bikes to like ride after him. And then I remember coming up to some like gravel because I was riding in the street like near the curb, and you coming up to the gravel, and I remember hitting my brakes and flipping over my handlebars and like did it in such a way that my chin hit the concrete or whatever, and it got split open. I had to, you know, get stitches. So I got war wounds out here because you can actually kind of just a little bit still see it. But yeah, I had fun as a kid, and I will echo kind of what my mom said. It's kind of like it wasn't about video games, at least for me, maybe for other people, because I remember when Nintendo came out. So that came out when I was a kid, but it really wasn't about that. Like I was someone who liked being outside and like, you know, having fun, whatever that looked like. Like I remember when we lived on base, we lived near this golf course. We had no business being way over there, but we would go over there and just explore. And I remember there were like trees that, you know, kind of were the outline or the border of it or whatever. And they were like those trees that kind of look like Christmas trees. So they weren't like regular. Well, I mean, those are regular trees, but you know what I mean? I don't know what they're called, but they were that. But yeah, that was how my childhood was. Plus we moved around a lot. And so I was raised military. We lived, you know, a bunch of different places in my younger years. And then we moved to Omaha when I was 10, and I've been here ever since. But yeah, that has been this show. So man, shout out to everybody that answered. You know, I appreciate especially the unprompted, you don't really know why I'm calling type thing. So shout out to y'all. And as I always say, y'all, make sure you take care of yourself mentally. Make sure you are taking care of yourself emotionally and spiritually and physically. And you got to do all that so you can be healthy in your relationships. And what this episode tells me, and I think as I highlight like being healthy, in relationships, it tells me that I do have healthy relationships with my friends, because everyone that answered, I don't always call them, you know, stuff like that. Or it could have been they thought I was calling them for work, because I did call a couple of my coworkers. But nevertheless, I'm so grateful to have people in my life. And this is no shade to the people that didn't answer, because I'm not, you know. But my whole point is, as y'all see, almost everybody that I called answered the phone. And I know sometimes we have people that call us that we're like, you know, what do they want? Why are they calling? And you may not answer, you know what I mean? But I am just grateful that I do have, you know, solid relationships in my life. Most of those people that I called, especially like my coworkers, and then Emma, which I love her so much. She's not my coworker, but she's a part of that world. Like we spend a lot of time together. It's just, we do life together. And so in sometimes those instances, like you may be tired of that person and you might not want to talk to your coworkers outside of work. So yeah, I'm super grateful that I have healthy relationships. So this episode has been fun. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I love y'all so much, and I will talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Ladies and gents, this concludes transmission. Tune in next time for a whole new edition. Another adventure and mission to share, be heard, and clarify the vision of this whole new world for...